Hello, everybody. Hello, children. My name is Morah Surie, and my grandchildren call me Bobby. Do you have a grandmother? Do you have a special name for your grandmother? What do you call your grandmother? Today, I'm going to read a story about a little boy. And an important character in this story is this little boy's grandfather. Do you have a grandfather? What do you call? Does your grandfather have a special name? My grandchildren call their grandfather Zaidi, but some of them also have another grandfather. Some grandfathers are called Saba, some are called Opa, some are called Grandpa. Let's read about Yosef and his grandfather. This book is called Something from Nothing by Phoebe Gilman. Phoebe Gilman is the woman who wrote the words and made the pictures in this book. She is the author and the illustrator. How do you think Yosef and his grandfather feel about each other? Do you feel that way about your grandfather? Do you have a grandfather? Here they are again. How are they feeling in this picture? Can you see? What do you think? I think they look happy too. I think they love to be together and they love each other. Look carefully. I'm going to show you this thin strip. There are some very tiny characters there. I'm giving you a special job. Every time I turn the page, look at the bottom of the page and see if you can find these little characters on the bottom of the page and notice if anything is changing in that picture. Ready for the story to start? Okay, here we go. When Yosef was a baby, I'm trying to figure out how to make sure you can see this well, so I might move around a little. When Yosef was a baby, his grandfather made him a wonderful blanket. Remember the strip on the bottom? Look closely. To keep him warm and cozy, and to chase away bad dreams. But as Yosef grew older, the wonderful blanket grew older too. Let's look at the family, Yosef's family. How do they feel about him? One day, his mother said to him, Yosef, look at your blanket. It's frazzled, it's worn, it's unsightly, it's torn. It's time to throw it. That's right, out. It's time to throw it out. Look closely. How does Yosef feel about that? What do you think is going to happen next? Good thinking. Grandpa can fix it, Yosef said. Let's look. He ran to grandfather's house. Yosef's grandfather took the blanket and turned it round and round. Can you find Yosef's grandfather in this picture? He said as his scissors went snip, 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 and his needle flew in and out and in and out. There's just enough material here to make... I wonder what he's going to make out of the torn blanket. What do you think? Do you have an idea? You can guess. Good readers, think about what might happen next. There's just enough material here to make a wonderful jacket. Yosef put on the wonderful jacket and went outside to play. But as Yosef grew older, the wonderful jacket grew older too. What do you think's going to happen next? Good thinking. One day his mother said to him, Yosef, look at your jacket. It's shrunken and small. It doesn't fit you at all. It's time to throw it out. That's right. Oh no. Tell me, how does Yosef feel about that? What do you think he's going to do next? Think. Guess. Before I read the words, look closely at this house. I see Yosef's family in this house. What's happening? Has anything changed since the last time we looked at the picture of the house? Can you see any changes in the house? A big house on top and the little house, skinny house on bottom. Do you notice? Grandpa can fix it, Yosef said. Yosef's grandfather took the jacket and turned it round and round. He said as his scissors went snip, 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 and his needle flew in and out and in and out. There's just enough material here to make... I wonder, what do you think it's going to be? Just enough material here to make a wonderful vest. Yosef wore the wonderful vest to school the very next day. But as Yosef grew older, the wonderful vest grew older too. One day his mother said to him, "That's right," she said, "Yosef, look at your vest. It's spotted with glue, and there's paint on it too. It's time to throw it out." Good listening. Grandpa can fix it, Yosef said. Here's grandfather. Yosef's grandfather took the vest and turned it round and round. He said as his scissors went snip, snip, and his needles flew in and out. In and out. There's just enough material here to make... What's it gonna be? Let's find out. A wonderful tie. Yosef wore the wonderful tie to his grandparents' house every Friday night for the Shabbos meal. Can you see Yosef? Here he is. Here's his tie. What's happening under the floor? Are they celebrating Shabbos there? One day, his mother said to him, Yosef, look at your tie. This big stain of soup make the end of it droop. It is time to throw it out. What do you think Yosef is going to say now? I think you know. I'm giving you a chance to look at the picture because there's so much happening in that house. And I wonder if you notice what's changing in Yosef's house. And in the mouse home underneath. Grandpa can fix it, Yosef said. Yosef's grandfather took the tie and turned it round and round. He said, as his scissors went snip, 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 and his needle flew in and out. There's just enough material here to make a wonderful handkerchief. Yosef used the wonderful handkerchief to keep his pebble collection safe. See how he's putting all his little pebbles, little stones inside the handkerchief? But as Joseph grew older, his wonderful handkerchief grew older too. One day his mother said to him, Yosef, look at your handkerchief. It's been used till it's tattered. It's splotched and it's splattered. It's time to throw it out. Huh. Can you tell how Yosef's mommy is feeling about that handkerchief right now? What about Yosef? Does he agree? Is he ready to throw it out? Grandpa can fix that, Yosef said. You knew that, right? Yosef's grandfather took the handkerchief and turned it round and round. He's thinking, are you thinking about what he might do? He said as his scissors went snip, 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 and his needle flew in and out, in and out. There's just enough material here to make, I wonder, a wonderful button. Can you find the button? Yosef's looking in the mirror. Yosef wore the wonderful button on his suspenders to keep his pants up. One day his mother said to him, Yosef, where is your button? Yosef looked. It was gone. Which one of you is a really good detective and can find that button? Do you think you know where that button is? Do you see it? Under the floor. I think the mouse family is going to find a good use for that button. But what is Yosef going to do now? How do you think he feels now? His button is gone. He searched everywhere. Let's all search. But he could not find it. Yosef ran to his grandfather's house. My button! My wonderful button is lost! His mother ran after him. There she is. Yosef, listen to me. What do you think she's going to tell him? today. His mother said, "The button is gone, finished, kaput. Even your grandfather can't make something from nothing." Yosef's grandfather shook his head sadly. "I'm afraid that your mother is right," he said. The next day, Yosef went to school. He said, as his pen went scritch, scratch over the paper. "There's just enough material here to make..." What do you think he's making? No more button, nothing left of the blanket. What is he making? I think some of you know. A wonderful story. Yosef wrote the story about the blanket that kept changing and turned into a button. Have you ever written a story or made pictures that told a story? Every child who has a good imagination can make something from nothing. You can draw a picture. You can write a story. I'm going to show you a game you can play, and it's called Something from Nothing. Look, here I have, I'm sorry, children, I will be, here I am. I have a blue cloth. It's not a blanket. It's kind of like a big scarf. I can use this scarf to make something from nothing. It's a piece of cloth. Watch. Watch carefully. See if you can figure out what I'm making. What is that? You're right. It's a toothbrush. Are you ready for me to make something else out of this cloth? Are you ready? Okay, here it goes. Hold it up. I'm gonna roll it. Can you guess? What did I make? You're right. It's a brush that I use to brush my sheitel, or you could use to brush your hair. Now, I have something really special that I'm going to make. So here's my cloth again. Something very special that I think you'll love. Let's see if you can guess what I made. What's my cloth now? You're right, it's a baby. A sweet little baby. Is there a real baby in your house? Even if there isn't, you can use your imagination and pretend. This is a game you can play with your family, your brothers or your sisters, or your mommy, or your tati or daddy. You can use anything. I used a scarf. You could use a towel, maybe a string. Can you make something from nothing? I have another story for you. Guess what? It is another version of the story about Yosef. And in this version, there's also a Yosef, but this Yosef is a grown-up man. And he's also going to have something that he wears that's made out of cloth, and it's going to change. Let's look at this title. It's called Yosef Had a Little Overcoat by Sims Tabak. And Sims Tabak wrote the words and made the pictures. He is the author and the illustrator. As I'm reading, I want you to think about this. What do you notice that's the same in this story as the story in this book? What do you notice that's different? Think. Let me know. Yosef had a little overcoat. That's Yosef. Where do you think Yosef lives? It does look like he lives on a farm, doesn't it? I see animals. Yosef had a little overcoat. It was old and worn. Oh, look at that. Do you see the trick the illustrator did here? So he made a jacket out of it. And he went to the fair. Yosef had a little jacket. It got old and worn. Are you thinking about what he's going to do next? Let's see. Watch this page. Turn. So he made that's right, a vest out of it. Where'd we read about a vest today? He made a vest out of it and he danced at his nephew's wedding. Joseph had a little vest. It got old and worn. So he made a scarf out of it. And he sang in the men's chorus. A chorus is a choir. I think these men are singing in shul. What do you think? Yosef had a little scarf. It got old and worn. What tells you this scarf is old and worn? Can you see? Yes, it had holes and Yosef patched them up. But these holes are getting so big he can't even patch them. What will he do now? Good thinking. Can you see what it's going to be? So he made a necktie out of it. And he went to visit his married sister in the city. How does his married sister and her husband feel about seeing him? And their children? He's Uncle Yosef. Joseph had a little necktie. It got old and worn. So he made a handkerchief out of it. I remember the other Yosef had a handkerchief too. He used his to keep his pebble collection safe. This grown-up Yosef is using his handkerchief for something else. Can you see? He ties it around his neck. So he made a handkerchief out of it, and he drank a glass of hot tea with lemon. Yosef had a little handkerchief. It got old and worn. Look at what he's using it now. I think he has a cold. Do you? So he made a button out of it, and he used it to fasten his suspenders. Yosef had a little button. One day he lost it. He can't find it anywhere. Look, he's searching. Can you search? Now he had nothing. Think, children. Our little Yosef in the first story made something from nothing. Do you remember what it was? Yes, he made a story about the lost button. What do you think this Yosef, this grown-up Yosef, will do? So Yosef made a book about it, which shows you can always make something out of nothing. That's right. And right over here on this page, there's a song you can sing about this story. So I guess somebody else had an idea to make a song out of the story. That's also something you can make out of nothing but your imagination. Have you ever made a song? I can make something out of nothing. I have a paper. There's nothing on it. I have a pen. It has ink. So I do have something. But maybe I'm not such a good artist. I do know how to make a curved line. I do know how to make a circle using the curved line. I know how to make a straight line, a slanty line, a triangle, a square. Do you think I can use those shapes to make something, a picture? Let me think. What would be a good picture? I know, Pesach is coming up. On Pesach we eat matzah. I can make a picture of matzah. What shape do you think I will use? In my house, we eat round matzahs. So I'm going to use the circle to make a big matzah. What do I need to add to make it really look like a matzah? You're right, I need lines. I need very little lines. I'm going to make lots of little lines. I made a matzah, picture of a matzah. Something out of nothing. I know what else we do on Pesach. We drink 4 cups of wine. Can I use any of these shapes to make cups of wine? What do you think? You're right. I can use my curved line. I'm just going to turn it upside down. Here's my curved line. Now I'm going to make a straight line going right across. That's the top of my cup, my goblet, or my becher. What do you call it in your house? Now I'm going to make 2 straight lines here and a circle down here. There's the first cup of wine to drink at the Seder. Do you think you can make a picture using just some lines, circles, squares, and triangles? I bet you can. I'm going to say goodbye now. You can say bye, Morah Surie. Maybe we'll meet again. But even though the story is over, you have a job now. Go talk to the people in your family. Make something out of nothing. Maybe you'll use a cloth. Maybe you'll use a pen and a paper. Maybe you'll use a string. Maybe you'll use a piece of cardboard from your grocery box. I don't know. If you make something out of nothing, please ask your mommy to take a picture of it and share it at SwingIt Play so I can see it. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Have a good afternoon. How do I?
Mommy! Yankee fell down and was crying, so I grabbed my gear and raced to the rescue. Since I'm a hero, can I have a cookie? Imagination Stations, big and small.